In this video, I'm going to explain how we can avoid 3 common mistakes when colouring fondant when you're decorating your cake. Hi, I'm Yvette from Cakey Bakey Art, and 3 common mistakes we can make when colouring fondant or sugar paste, as it's also known, when cake decorating are, first of all, first mistake we can make is using liquid colouring when we're trying to colour sugar paste or icing. This colouring is great for buttercream or royal icing, but not for fondant or sugar paste. The reason is because it's a liquid, it can make the icing really sticky and impossible to work with. So the best thing to use for fondant is a gel paste. These are the ones that I use. These are Wilton. I also use Americolor brand. They're both great, available from cake decorating shops or online. These are great because they're a bit thicker than liquid icing. They're a gel paste, and when you use these, your icing will not end up as sticky as it would if you use liquid. So that's the first mistake. Don't use liquid colouring, okay? Second mistake we can make when colouring our icing, our fondant, is using too much of this gel paste, okay? Now, I'll just show you. You only need a tiny little bit. See this toothpick? That's all you need. The reason being is that these colours are so vibrant that you'll end up using too much and you'll have a darker colour than what you're trying to achieve. So always to start with, just use a little bit. You just dip your toothpick in there and then you just push it into your icing. Then you just stretch your icing to mix that through. That's the quickest way to colour your icing. Now you can already see that that's a really bright green, okay? So you only need a tiny little bit. If you want to get a deeper colour, then make sure you've mixed your first lot of gel paste through so that it's all consistent. Then you can add a little bit more at a time until you get to the colour you want. Okay, so we're almost there. That's quite quick, isn't it? And you can see that that's quite a bright green for that small amount of colouring that we used there. Okay, so if you want to achieve a deeper green, just add a little bit more at a time. You really don't want to add too much in one hit. Okay, now the third mistake we can make is once you've coloured your little bit of icing, if that's not enough to do your whole cake, then you've got to try and match that exact colour. So when you're trying to colour your fondant, make sure you do enough for the whole job and even a little bit extra. You can always save it for later. For example, you want to get a nice blue sky on your cake. There is nothing worse than having 2 different blues for that sky. So what you want to achieve is a nice consistent colour throughout your cake. So it's really important to colour enough fondant to complete the task that you want to do for your cake. Now, in summary, those 3 mistakes again, 3 things to avoid are using liquid colours for your fondant. You want to use a gel paste. Secondly, you only want to use a little bit at a time so that you're not overshooting the colour that you want to achieve. Thirdly, make sure you do enough, otherwise you could have two different greens when you just want to have a nice consistent colour for your cake. So if I can help you with your fondant colouring, or if you would like me to make a cake for you, I would be only too happy to help. So my number is 0414 682 572. I'm Yvette from Cakey Bakey Art.